Last week, we were on the mountain overlooking the Sea of Galilee, listening to Jesus telling us about being the poor in spirit and those who mourn as being blessed in the eyes of God. Jesus is still here, and he's waiting for us to listen to his words about what it means to be meek and hunger and thirst for God's kingdom. So let's settle ourselves and open up our minds and open up our hearts to Jesus' message to us. If you have your Bible ready, let's turn into the book of Matthew and read along. Do you remember where the book of Matthew is in the Bible? Yeah, it's in the New Testament, and it's the first book of the New Testament, and it's also the first book of the Gospel. So let's turn to chapter 5 and read verse 5 together.
Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth.
When the people listening to Jesus heard this, they immediately recognized it. Their worship songs and prayers, the Psalms, spoke of this. Psalms 37:11 says, "The humble will have land for their own." Land was very meaningful and important. To own land was to have a place in your community, to have honor, and to have a way to provide for your family. But most of the people Jesus talked to did not own land anymore. Landowners in their time were hated because they used violence to take that land away from someone else. This is where Jesus again turns things upside down. With his promise, Jesus says that the meek, those are the gentle, the kind, and the humble people, are the ones who will receive land. Not the people who use force and violence, and not just the physical land of Israel where they lived, but the whole earth. This also holds a powerful message for us about caring for the earth. How do you care for the earth? Meek or humble people live with an awareness of others' needs, the planet, its animals, and other people. They remember that all the earth and land belongs to God. They recognize how everything they have and receive, including land, belongs to God, and they take care of it that way. This means using what they have with respect and love. There's a good phrase I want you to remember. I am God's child, and everyone else is God's child too. So let's say this together. I am God's child, and everyone else is God's child too. This reminds us of two important truths. You are a special, beloved, unique child of God who deserves love and respect. And each person around you is another special, beloved, and unique child deserving of love and respect. This is what a meek or humble attitude looks like. It means you don't see yourself or your needs as more important than the needs of those around you. When we are meek, we are truly free. And we realize everything and everyone is a gift worthy of love and care.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they'll inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. The Beatitudes are blessings from above. They fill our lives with gratitude and love. So rejoice, be glad, and learn each one these blessings from above. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they'll be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The Beatitudes are
going to read what Jesus says about those that are hungry and thirsty for righteousness. Since we have our Bibles open, let's read Matthew chapter 5, verse 6 together.
Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled.
How does it feel to be really, really hungry or thirsty? Have you ever felt that way for something other than food? I sometimes think of hunger as an ache, something that just keeps getting stronger and stronger. I can't ignore or forget that I'm hungry. It can become the only thing I think about. Many of the people Jesus spent time with were very hungry. They may not have had enough food or water, but their stomachs were not the only parts of their bodies that were hungry. Their hearts were hungry for righteousness. And that's a big word meaning justice. This was how Jesus wanted the world to be, a place where people lived good lives not only for their own sake, but for everyone else's too. Jesus teaches the people how God's justice means we make sure everyone has what they need, in abundance. There are right and healthy relationships between people and with all living things. There were a lot of ways things were not right for people listening to Jesus. In that time, some people had a lot of money and power. They used what they had to dominate other people. Some people were poor and felt powerless. And Jesus was speaking to those people who felt that ache for a better world, God's kind of world. Jesus knew their hearts were hungering more and more for relationships and systems to be fair and right. Just like we need food in order to live, we need love, hope, and healthy connections with others. Jesus understands and cares about all of these needs, and part of feeling hungry for something is working for it, doing what we can to make what we hunger for come true. Sometimes this takes a lot of practice and a lot of focus and a lot of hard work. It doesn't come easily or fast. There are some things you're hungry for, like the people in Jesus' time. What if we pretend that this thing that you're hungry for is on the other side of the room? To reach it, we have to push a really, really heavy stone. So let's extend our arms out like this, and let's push that heavy stone. And sometimes we can't move that stone by ourselves. It's just too heavy. And we need the help of others who hunger for the same thing to help us push that stone away. So let's try to push that stone together. So let's go. Let's push. Look how strong we are. We've actually moved that stone just a little bit more, but it may take more strength and more people to move it out of the way. And you know what? You can also ask God to help too. And with God, anything is possible. When we are feeling hungry for the world to be a better and healthier place than it is, we can stretch out our arms as a powerful reminder that we are part of bringing God's kingdom to earth. And with every faithful push we make, we get closer.